truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Have you come to behold the new dawn? Why do you say this? Only the shadows would name the sun a tyrant. Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. And it will be Gortash who ignites the final spark.
Your parasite binds your mind to Will's. Your memories of talking with Ravengard become his.
You spoke with my father. Incredible. To hear his voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
Your past is revealed to us, Chosen of Baal. How does it feel to know who you truly are? Allow me to process it for you. We believed we were all victims of the cult of the Absolute. But now, we learn that one of us was an architect of this grand religious hoax. You helped to create this conspiracy. That means you may be the best person to help us control it, and the key to our victory.
The tadpoles? The Absolute? It was because of you? I think you've said and done more than enough. Leave me be.
Hells, you are Baal spawn. It explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you. Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Baal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you.
Baalspawn. I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes. And altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Baal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I'm listening.
There we have it. You were working with Gortash. You were a chosen of Baal. I guess you still are. I want to say it doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I should have seen it earlier. All the signs were there. I don't want to talk now. Give me time. A lot of it.
I'll not
trust the word that slithers out of Gortash's mouth. I need to hear it from you. He named you as Baal's chosen. A Baal spawn. Is it true? The last time Baal spawn walked the world, it was only to serve their father's design. We got lucky in averting it once. If you're kind, walk the world again. No. No! Doubt between us only serves Gortash. Only serves the Absolute. Give me some time. I need to think.
For so long, we have fought the Absolute, only to now learn that you were once one of its masterminds. There is nothing we can take for granted.
So, it was you who got us into this mess. All along, we were traveling with the creator of the Absolute. I won't lie. I am a little impressed. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be stuck in Cazador's kennels. So, thank you for being that evil bastard. I'm all pointy ears, my love. How could I say no? Delicious. I don't know. But isn't it nice not to know? You're not a victim. Not a target. Not just one night it's better to forget. But then, whatever in the world could you be?
Kill Orin and take her Netherstone. Find me in my office upstairs when it's done, and do not return until it is done. Let this be my one warning.
This area is restricted under orders of Lord Enver Gortash. Intruders are subject.
Naisuke, bring me a plate of the cold water pike.
The cook has prepared no pike today, my lady.
Ugh, the most grievous error. In that case, fetch me a bowl of sunfish head.
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Poor thing. You've had a tough go. And you don't know the half of it. You see,
Gortash has had your father relocated. I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
I'm not sure I believe her. But does it really matter?
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Torril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Mazora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Have you seen the tieflings at the Southgate? L2L's exiles, cast out by their own city. Precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth. Ravengard is a legend.
bit of salt on the top, and... Oh, you're here! I'm not ready! I mean, I think I'm ready. I thought you'd be hungry, so I made this for you. My mum's favourite recipe.
I don't relish the idea of Mizora visiting our camp, let alone offering us anything resembling a deal. When the devils start approaching you, you know you're in deep.
A devil will come for her due. Mizora is no different. Whatever it is she comes to offer, whatever choice Will makes, someone will suffer. Count on it.
What fun I would have if I could play with Will, as Mizora does. He is rather fond of himself. If he truly intends to be the savior of Baldur's Gate, perhaps he has reason to be. True. His mistake was choosing the wrong allies. Ketheric was reliant on his god instead of his own strength, and Orin does not understand power and control. Only blood. I am reluctant to share power, but if he is amenable to it, an alliance with Gortash may be beneficial. Together, we can teach this city to fear us, and that is just the beginning. When we have all three Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, all of Faerun will have reason to fear us.
Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. Whatever she has in store for him can't be good. Fine. What's on your mind? May the darkness protect you.
Always good to talk, my friend.
Mizora. I'd take anything she says with a grain of salt. But with her claws as deep in our business as they are, I guess we can't ignore her completely.
Shut your mouth. Ravengard is a legend.
I had no wish to lose Will, but my, it would have been nice to flush her into the colony's flesh pit.
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. He deserves to know what she is up to.
red dragon would have this place down around Gortash's ears in moments.
Not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
We broke down the door because it sounded like somebody was in trouble inside.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened. I home in no witness who says you entered the house.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up.
And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazura's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds. And the city from the brain. Go on then.
The devil Mizura's made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can. An unhatched Githyanki egg should be the burden of a Vash, not a warrior, whether ascended or otherwise. And yet, I'm drawn to the warmth of it. The child of Gith grows within. Keep it close. Perhaps in our care, it might yet hatch. And don't you dare pass it to that lunatic woman prowling the mountain pass. Indolence breeds madness.
Wretched thing, pull yourself together.
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. No one truly understands the weight of loss until they've worn it a while. There is no shame in sharing the load when you need to.
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Will sacrificed his own father to be free of the Pact. Remarkable resolve, if you can harden your heart. The Night Singer would approve.
Patricide is often the first step toward greatness. But I hope Will does not regret sacrificing his infernal powers.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. I beg your forgiveness for such undue impertinence. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father. Oh, I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake. The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. The 9 Hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus. My mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it. The delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced.
A brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all.
Always good to talk, my friend.
I'm listening. It is done.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want... All right, some company...
How can I help?
You wish to consult me? Good. I do not like to stand idle.
Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? I was just wondering when you'd invite me back for a bite.
Oakfather preserve you. Then you'll have me. Lead on.
What's on your mind? Hell yes.
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men buff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. Of course. He'll share his rule. What use all his brilliance if there is no one to bask in it? But even if we unite to command the brain, it's not as if we can leave the city under Bane's boot heel once it's done. We'd be back to the same old battle. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say. Isn't it? Ask it. You speak of a battle more than a century past. Baal's minions led us through a maze in the Undercity, older than Baldur's Gate itself. We paid little mind to the path ahead, let alone how we might return, or that we would return at all. Still, the Undercity shifts. We might search down there. Or better yet, find a ballast to lead us. I did, though I don't often speak of it. We can speak of old battles later. Our plate is piled high with catastrophes enough for the present. As you wish.
Someone there?
You know, I've always kind of hated this place. Such ado about a damned bridge.
It's just a bridge. Is it really worth all that ire?
Come on. Isn't there something you hate for no good reason?
I dislike owls. Their hypermobile necks are quite disconcerting.
You know what, Lay? I couldn't agree more.
Brickwork and stonework. This place is far out of balance with nature. But the Oak Father will reclaim this all, eventually.
Not too soon, I hope. I've a craving for a soft bed, a hot bath, and a large glass of Arabellum Dry. None of which I've ever found hidden under a log.
You may thrive, but what of other life? A city is no place for wild creatures.
Cities teem with life. Rats, pigeons, flies. They count no less, for all their more pestilent qualities.
Magnificent. So many dark nooks and crannies. This fortress is a lurker's paradise.
Would you not prefer basking in the sun, like a lizard, now that it no longer blisters your pretty skin?
Old habits die hard, darling. Surely you know that.
Where am I needed?
No one stopped me yet.
Yes, but they were competitions, which makes him the inventor. How about we
Dantelons is up those stairs, and his own room's beside the door. So the Harpers are waiting too.
This armor was such a bargain. We can't turn it.
Oh, I wouldn't mind a dancing axe of my own.
A simple movement charm wouldn't be too hard to apply to such an object. I could conjure one up for you if you like.
Let's go to Khan's Guts. She has the most fabulous scent.
Very well then.
It's perfect
Once
for a
the
chef.
city is saved, Karlach's kinetic cleaver will be first on my list.
Price fight. They crush everyone.
You told me the armor was a bargain.
It was. But good armor is hard.
Welcome to Danthelon's Dancing Axe. Our stock isn't used. It's tried and tested by the finest adventurers.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble...
You can turn off the charm, Entharl. She's with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key.
Now?
Oh, aye. Helm forbid someone might pay for my services, Jaheira. Harper's nesting in your cellar tends to scare off business. So, if you mean to sling some coin around, only Jaheira will complain.